Hey, I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry I've been absent, but been out here in the desert teaching clinics and now getting ready for private students that start tomorrow. First private students getting in a little bit later today. I've just been, it's impossible for me to keep up with everything. So once I get back into town in April, I'll get back in my normal schedule. But I did want to relay a story to you in our clinics that we wrapped up. The number one thing is always the number one thing, everybody. And to me, the number one thing, the most foundational thing that impacts the most other things, that connects to the most number of other things, that makes the most positive impact is the split step. It's footwork, it's anticipation, it's pre-activating the body. If we're going to skip that, if we're just going to not do that, then I feel like everything else I teach just doesn't matter as much. So the takeaway for me, working with a lower level group that was 3-0 and 3-5 players, and then a higher level group that was 4-0, 4-5 groups. The lower level group was way more receptive, which is interesting. The lower level group was like, oh, wow, it was never explained to me like this. Like, I knew I was supposed to do it, but nobody broke it down like this. Wow, now I actually get it, and now I see the benefit, and this was like super exciting. The upper level group, the 4-0-4-5 group that we worked with, and this has been a reoccurring thing. This isn't just this year. I'm not like trying to throw any specific people under the bus. I'm just trying to let you know like the patterns that I see. Much less receptive. About, I don't know, maybe a third of the group was doing okay, but had some improvements. And then 2/3 of the group just weren't doing it at all. For sure, half of the group wasn't doing it at all. And of those half of the 4-0-4-5 players, at least a couple of them they weren't excited. It was like a little bit of an eye roll, a little bit of like, oh, this is so, they didn't say this, but I've been doing this a long time. Some of the more advanced players especially, it was like, this is way too basic. Like, I didn't come here to learn. This is the vibe, we were kind of getting, that I was getting. Some of the strongest players especially. And obviously weren't excited to work on that. Even though we uncovered things where it's like, listen, if you optimize this, you improve your timing a little bit. If we improve your physical position a little bit, we can be way better at this, more effective, anticipate better, move better, so on and so forth. But they didn't want to work on that. And it's not like they opted out but there was varying degrees of opt-in. There's varying degrees of, being into it, being excited, actually trying. So it's just interesting to me. Some people just want the more exciting stuff. They want the candy. They want the magic pill. They want the quick fix kind of thing. And it's like, and also, to their credit, they've worked hard to develop strokes and habits and patterns. And a lot of these players are good players who kind of rolled their eyes at it, but they're just not excited about the fundamentals anymore. And that's kind of where my personality is just different, I guess. Like, I'm just so focused and so dedicated to the fundamentals that I'm not excited about anything else unless we get that first. But that's just not everybody. That's just not everybody's personality. So anyway, split step, still the most important thing. In my view, probably will always be the most important thing. And if you come to work with me and you're not doing it and you want more advanced stuff, we're probably going to work on it anyway. Because it's just making everything else that much harder. B, if that's just not your personality and you want the magic fixes, you want the quick, like polishes, or you want the advanced stuff, but we're not doing the fundamentals, we're probably going to have some friction. And I'm still going to poke. I'm still going to push. I'm still going to try my best to try to get you to buy in a little bit. Because that's just, for me as a coach, that's what I feel deep down is the biggest, benefit. That's where I still, even if you're a 4-5 player, still feel that, like, kind of by definition, those fundamentals, those basics, that's where you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck if you're not doing it. Or if it's not optimized, if it's not, really solid. And another takeaway for me is, as I break down pro footage more and more, it becomes more and more and more apparent, like, that's the right choice to me. I've done more analysis on this trip on new pro footage, just looking at random shots and random exchanges and points among pro players, and it's becoming more and more ingrained in my brain. Like, this is it. This is so critical, and yet nobody's doing it. I just kind of feel like a crazy person a little bit, because I keep talking about it, I keep coaching it, I keep making content on it, but it's still such a huge gap in the game of the everyday player. So I don't know. I'll just keep doing the best that I can, and I can't fix it for everybody, but I'll keep trying my best to make the biggest impact I can on as many players as possible. Hopefully something in here is a little bit insightful or helpful for you. Again, I'm sorry that I've been just a little bit out of pocket, but please know that we're also working on some really exciting stuff in the background that I haven't talked to you about yet, and you'll hear about it in the next, hopefully, couple weeks. Hopefully by the end of April. It's really, really cool, really exciting, and I can't wait to finally have those of you who have been following and supporting for a long time be a part of it. It's going to be like a big picture change to what Essential Tennis is and what we provide, and the community is, I think it's just going to take things to another level, so I'm really excited about it. All right, hope you're doing well. Take care. Hopefully talk to you again soon.